So left hand one, I want to sort of show the posture just as a reminder. But in some ways, the downswing on this was a really good path. It shows the work we did on the ball drill from here.
Yeah.
The club working back down. Now that club's working on a very good angle of the golf ball, coming from basically inside or a straighter line to the golf ball this way, rather than coming from that direction, which you have in the past. Now the reasons the path then for the next 4 or 5 shots didn't show as improvement, because this ball you can see now goes off to the right, because you look at your left elbow now sort of popping out. There's 2 things there again we obviously avoid: that left elbow and that hunch posture, okay? But that's something you can do. The posture, you can just almost click your fingers in some ways, a static change, and your posture's always been very, very good. I think part of that's a bit the ski and the squatting down for the last couple of weeks. I mean, you haven't played so much golf recently because of the weather and so on.
And it's psychological when things aren't going well.
Body language, of course you do. You hunch it all. Yeah, exactly. You sort of coil it. Yeah, exactly. Get yourself in that good posture, okay? So that's the sort of thing there in terms of a positive there with the path, but the posture and the left elbow was the problem, which is why the ball then went to the right. Then you try to start in the ball non-right by swinging the club over there, okay? Now, if we look at this movement here from the front side here, okay? Okay, so again, posture is better. You did this sort of thing with your hands on your midriff, tilting forward, which on these first couple you weren't doing, which is interesting enough, because that's normally a really good discipline routine you do. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So you get over the golf ball, then a good posture. Then as the club goes back, that's how small the swing was, a tiny swing. I mean, you compare how small that swing was compared to... That's a full swing. Look in relation to your hands, where they are. I mean, that's got another 15, 20% more. And you were getting almost the same distance, because as you come back down, good strike of the ball, and your left elbow now just stays and folds down. There's no sort of popping up that left elbow. At this position here now, that's all nice and straight. Your elbows are level, good release of the club, and up on your left side there. Nice, again, very, very good position, okay, in terms of the follow through. Elbows are down, club face is square. So this motion here now is maximising your efficiency. So a backswing length of this gives you 90 yards, we say, with that club, okay, and the fuller release of the golf club gave you 90 yards. A backswing length up here gives you 120 yards, but a through swing of that gives you 90 yards. So you were giving it more energy, so you were creating more energy, should we say, in terms of the backswing being longer, but actually when it came to it in the golf ball, you were losing energy. When you were swinging it softer, you actually almost got more distance. That's why people say, oh, when I swing slower, it goes further. They're not swinging slower, they're just swinging more efficiently, and it just feels smoother, and we assume smooth to be slow. That's kind of the sort of how the brain kind of, if it's all a bit jagged and a bit out of control, oh, I must have been too fast then. Not too fast, you're just smoother, or not so smooth, okay? So working on that left arm there, how that left arm's going to work in that shoulder socket, I say holding the can of beans or a simple weight, or just this motion in there with your left arm, you can do that. That's going to be something I think I said to you before.
Take yourself around.
Yeah, just let your arm and your torso rotate together with that.
In fact, quite a movement I haven't done, because I can feel it.
You feel your muscles in your...
For sure, that's nothing.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Here, the back.
Yeah, the obliques are sort of a bit more engaged now, okay? And that's something that obviously you couldn't do as easily when you were like that, because obviously your back can't really rotate as easy anyway, so you tend to get a bit sort of early extending with the spine and sort of losing the ball to the right. And then once that golf ball for you goes this way, you just swing it that way. The way we've got to stop a ball going this way is change the club face to point towards where you want the ball to go, and that's going to happen when this left arm is working better. The left arm's got a mind of its own, which, as we saw with that test, and everyone does that same test, basically does the same result. It kind of goes off on a tangent sort of up here somewhere. You know, where are you going? Okay, put your right hand on the golf club. Oh, I can't reach up there. Okay, because your left arm doesn't really know what it's trying to do. It just kind of just sits on the club and just follows them all. She's the dominant arm, I'll just follow what she's doing. But the left arm has its own kind of mind of its own, as you said, and it fights the right arm.
Silly question.
No, silly question. Go on.
This is for every single shot, even the little chips on.
To some extent, yeah. With a chip shot, it's more just your arms aren't. You're not going to be hinging and unhinging the wrist, are you? So on a small chip shot, for example, my left arm, I'm not going to be doing this because that's too much power. I'm going to be just doing this. So it's basically this is a long shot, okay? This is a short shot, okay? Just a smaller movement of that movement. It's still the same movement. I still don't want to be doing this, okay? I want to be sort of rolling the arms, but it's just this motion here now with the arm this way. As I extend that movement, okay, it increases the torso turn, it increases the arm movement, yeah? Smaller movements, okay? Putting will be a different thing altogether, obviously, but the club with an iron, a wood in your hand, that's what your left arm wants to do. So you see my elbow now, and again, holding something with a little bit of weight, get that motion there. You'll start feeling, as you said, in your arm. And if you did it enough in there, you'll probably feel your rotator cuff and all this stuff around again a little bit, not sore, but just like, oh, I've used it more than I've used it before. So
I do a lot of Pilates.
yeah, great, yeah, exactly, yeah.
But I think that would be.
I mean, do you find when you do that you've got more range of motion with right arm to left arm?
I suppose so.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
We do the bands.
If you put your hands elbows to your side now and try and go this way, I know I've got a lot more range of motion using my left arm because I've dislocated my shoulder in loads of times.
Well,
so
I can go further that way.
Yeah, exactly. You get what I'm saying. Exactly. Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to try.
Yeah, exactly. Ideally, you want to try and get that a little bit more round. Now, again, it's getting more round here. We don't want to go and cheat it, which no, you wouldn't do. Form is always important. Okay with that, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Excellent.